This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy, doing a follow-up video on the December video, which covered a possible split in the haplogroup. If you're interested in that video, click the card up in this corner and go watch that, and then come back to this one. Show what I had found originally, what the results were, and then I'm going to show you what I was showing as the private variants that were showing in both men that I was looking at. And then I'm going to show what the new big Y looks like. These four variants, the 410760 all the way down to 9266364, were all listed under the new guy's private variants. I want to show you what the tree looks like now. As of today, the recording of this video on January 1st, 2025, the grouping, there are a block of five, and two men are now appearing in their own block, and then another gentleman is showing up above them because he did not have these variants. Now, what I want to cover today is what each one of these, what they were, and compared to what the names were before. So you saw that list of private variants. If you go over to the IZOG or the International Society of Genetic Genealogists page, they have the IZOG Y browse, which is managed by, we appreciate Thomas Crom for taking care of this. It shows that FTB 15952, first one in the list here, is at 9266364, which was the bottom one on that list that I pulled up earlier. Well, if you open this up, I want to cover a topic here of importance. It says date found over here in the corner, 2021. So a lot of people will talk about, hey, it's not named, this is not named, this is not named. They're named. Anytime any organization finds a new SNP, they name them, and they definitely want them to be seen with their naming convention attached to it. In this case, FTB 15952, which is Family Tree DNA's nomenclature. There's another one here, FTB 2696. Well, let's put that one in there. And you can actually type in the name, FTB 20696, and it shows 4107670. Now, on that previous list I showed, that was actually the first one shown. This is that one. Click on it. It says this one was also found 21 by FTDNA, but only the private variant location was being shown due to there not being another match. Let's go through this quickly and get the next one. I'm going to skip this one for a moment because I have a different discussion on that one. So we're going to go and we're going to type in the next one, which is FTB 20854. And hit search. It shows its location as 5679486, and when we click on it, same thing again, FTDNA 2021. We're going to go to this last one right here, FTB 20945. Hit search, shows its location on the chromosome. We click on it, same thing again, 2021. So what we have found here is each one of those that I've typed in already matched that list of four that I had. But then there's a list of five. There's a fifth one. It's important because I want to cover this in a little different way because there is a significance about this one. FTB 20851. Okay. Well, I got that number, 851. I go over to the results page, and this is the top list of people. Now, the very top person, which is his fellow match in his new subgroup, which is the one I talked about last week. Again, you can see it in that video on detail. Well, none of those SNPs show here. So these are ones that you can say one of the two of these men have, and the other one does not. This is the differences. Now, you go in here and you go, okay, here's that 2696, 854, 4945, 15952. But wait, where is the 2851? Where is it at? Well, I started thinking about that one a second. I thought to myself, that's interesting. So when you go into this guy's actual named variants and you type in 51, no results found. What does that mean? What's going on here? And you say, well, let's just change it to show all. Does it show it? So I think to myself, what's the significance of this? Because it is not showing up, and it should be. So this could be a variant that is reoccurring. Or is it a mutation at the same location but not the same one? And it made me look at this and go to the list of matches. So when I go over to the list of matches, again, this top one here is the gentleman that matches him in the subgroup. These are the different variants that deviate between the two men. And one, I noticed a theme here. This one, this one, this one, this one. That shows up in all of those and does not show on the guy above. As an admin, I recognize this one as the different one. So I copy it, and let's go over to the person's named variants tab and see if that one shows, and it doesn't. And I go, well, okay, what's going on here? So now I say show all for this one. It says no, it does not derive for that. However, at 5614636, it says they are currently, it shows that they are reference C and C, but they clearly show an A there. What's going on? Well, the Paul Harvey moment, as I like to say at times. We're going to go back over to the IZOG site and see what we find. I have keyed in at FT7927. There is an FTB20851. Really? That's interesting. There's actually two variants at the same location. So let's click on this one first. And the FT7927 was found in 2019, and it went from a C to a T. Now let's back this up a second here and go, well, the new one, the block tree, says FTB20851. Let's click on the FTB20851. It was discovered in 2021 at that same location, a C to an A. Now, this is an issue that we're having with Family Tree DNA's site. The block is showing that that is a mutation there, or a variant there. The match lists show that they don't have the 7927, which is they're actually at reference. It's not telling us the actual SNP that's different. So that's a problem. Now I'm having an issue for some reason of freezing on the frame. It's not your video, it's mine. But anyway, let's go over to the block tree. Make a point here. This is now the sub branch to the FT228487. It contains 5 variants. Regardless of what the match list results is showing, there is a change at the 5614636. It's not FT7927 that is the variant, it's the 20B851. So it brought me back up to finish this conversation here. There was a split and there was a surprise. The surprise is we actually have a mutation at the same location as a previously called SNP, but from a C to an A instead of a C to a T, being listed as the other one. You may want to, as a regular user, go and see if you have a situation that occurs like that. But see if one that's showing up on your other people's list shows up for you in your named variants tab. If it doesn't show up there as a yes, change it to show all, click on it, and you may actually have a mutation there that is not being listed. Something of interest. If you find this content interesting, consider subscribing right here or watching some of this other content. Let's continue learning together.